What is up, guys? This is Troy from Sweet Wrap. Today we got this C6, I believe, Corvette. We're going to be doing an awesome new color that we've never seen in the Valley before. I love this company because their flake is just way out of the ordinary. It's way better than all the rest of the materials in flake wise. Their colors are kind of similar, but the flake is really outstanding, guys. No other company like it on the market that has that kind of flake in their material, and it's actually pretty easy to install. I have not installed this color, so I don't know how delicate their film will stretch or discolor or anything like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up doing the hood first, get to feeling out the material, and then from there we're gonna move on to the fenders, and then we're gonna start disassembling the car. Do the roof, the little halo, and then all the parts that we don't have to remove anything first, and then we're going to get to disassembly, and then getting to the bumpers and the rest of the vehicle, especially those side mirrors do have to come off. Any cars that do have to have the side mirrors taken off because they're on the actual door, you do have two options. We could either remove them and have the door seamless in one piece, or we could keep them on and you'll have a seam right on top of the mirror. On the top end side you will be able to see it and it won't look so clean, but we can do that as well, guys. But as far as car wrapping goes, the more stuff you have to remove, the more it's going to be, guys. So let's get to clean off this hood, get to wrapping it, and we'll see how it goes. This is perfect, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure out the hood, get it cut out, and get to wrapping, guys. So as you can see, the hood is less than 60 inches there. So you could cut it long ways and it'll fit. From the longest parts is about 62 inches. It's about 60 inches, guys, but what you're going to want to do is cut about 2 inches past, just so you can give yourself a little bit of wiggle room on maneuvering it and getting it down to the corners and all that. So 62 inches, guys. What we're going to do is, since it's shorter than 60 inches, which is as long as the roll is going to come out, we're only going to cut 62, and you could do this whole hood with that one piece. So let me get to wrapping all this up, taping all this other product up, getting the piece that we need for the hood, and then we'll get to wrapping. Let me put some music and I'll put you guys on a time lapse. Alright guys, so now what we're going to be doing is getting the quarter panel done. We did get the hatch done and the halo and the roof done the other day. The only thing is it started raining super bad, so I had to close the doors and I didn't have much space, so I didn't record that. But this is pretty much straightforward, guys. I believe from here to over there was about 62 inches or 64, somewhere around there. You're going to want to measure about 4 inches past each corner over here so you could get the measuring tape straight through here, and just measure 4 more inches on each side. And what you're going to want to do is get this laid out as center as possible. Just fold that material that you cut out in half and put the line right here in between the Corvette and the glass as much as possible. And then you're going to want to start trimming from the right here about maybe 2 to 4 inches past this line. You're going to want to run your finger through this line and get the crease down, and then you're going to want to trim all that so you won't get hung up on this windshield, since it's a little bit more elevated than the actual body that you're going to be wrapping. So yeah, that's all you're going to want to do. Just get it centered, trim this out, and you're going to have enough to lay both sides perfectly without any tension on the windshield or anything like that. We're just going to get it done as best as we can, guys. What you're going to want to do is what I'm going to do, and what you're going to want to do is get all these things off. Make sure you get everything in between squeegeed and washed up really good. What you're going to want to do is get this door open, and you're going to want to get this section done before you get the rest of the vehicle or the rest of the quarter wrapped. The reason is because I don't think the material is going to lay in here with all this tension. This is pretty much 90 degrees, guys, from this, and a 90 degree right here. So you can only stretch this material about, I believe it's 10% stretch. There's a whole mathematical thing that you could do by getting the high points and low points and dividing it or subtracting it against some number. There's a calculator actually on the internet that help you do that. But we're just going to be doing this in another piece, trimming it to this reflection right here a little bit into that body line, just so when you wrap into it, the edge will be going inwards and you won't be seeing it as much, as opposed to it being right here on the edge. You'll be able to see that backing. I don't believe the backing is a white or anything that you could see. I believe the adhesive on this material is black, so you won't really see it all that much. But if you do point it up, eventually you'll have sand and dust collect on that edge because it is adhesive, and you will see it. So you're going to want to have any seam that you're going to be doing facing inwards, or at least going inwards, so you won't be seeing that build up eventually. So let me get you guys on a tripod. We're going to try to do what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start from the middle and then just work my way up and down, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, what's up? This is Troy back from Sweet Reps. I've done quite a bit on this Corvette C6, as you can see. Pretty much got all the sides done, the hatch, the roof, the side mirror on this side, the side skirts, everything except for the bumpers and that side mirror over there. So the whole reason I didn't want to record everything is because it is a pain in the butt to do these C6 Corvettes. I just recorded a video on TikTok to how to remove them. It's pretty intense compared to other vehicles. Stuff like this really picks up the price on full wraps. I'm a wrapper, I'm not a mechanic, so once it gets down to mechanic work like this, I do have to upcharge on something like this. The tail lights aren't all that much. It's literally one screw on the top. You just pull them off. They are connections. The rest of the bumper is pretty hardcore. It's about 5 or 4 screws over here on this side. 2 of them are 8s or 7s, and 2 or 3 of them are 10s. There's one on the very bottom, about right here on the inside going upwards. There's 2 right here, as you can see. Let me see if you can see them. There's 2 right here for the 10s. They're nuts that go on this side of the bumper, and then I kind of reached in my hand through this tail light to get the ones that are going that way, which are the 7s or 8s. It is a real headache to get those out. After that, there's 2 like weird big plastic screws that go in those. Other than that, there's 4 of them on this side, 7s, and 4 of the 7s on that side as well. On the very bottom to hold that splitter or that diffuser, and then there are the 4 screws to get this wing out. It is intense work, guys. I took about 2 hours to myself to just get this done and get it ready to wrap. As you can see, I've seen these right here on this edge just because this is a thicker wrap and I don't want to have it pull back on this pretty 90-degree bend right here. A lot of people do this just so it could take that tension off of that edge, and so you won't have any issues with it lifting down the road. Also, we did inlay these. Like I said, guys, this material is pretty thick. It's APA. Pretty thick stuff. I haven't had any pull-ups on any of the rest of the vehicle because I've been having it inside and I haven't put it into heat yet to cook. But I did post heat all the edges, and all I've seen is maybe the trunk, which is that right there, lift on the edges a little bit, and then right here where the hatch meets the quarter panel, right here was lifting a little bit just on the front. I did post heat a lot of that and it's still lifted, so a little bit of finicky vinyl. This stuff is really sticky, but it doesn't want to stick when it's hot, so that's why we're seaming the back bumper. I am going to put you guys on a tripod. I will record the install just so you guys can see what I did. The arch around the bumper, like the part that's facing up, or the flat part, I did measure 120 inches from the bottom of that bumper to the bottom of this side. So 120 inches all the way around. The right here is about maybe 90 to 100 inches. So you could use one full piece for this whole rear bumper. I did leave 12 inches or a foot to do all around, and then the rest is going to be done in the leftover piece. So let's get to doing that. We are going to be doing the flat part first, that's facing straight back, just so we can have our overlay seam facing downwards, so you won't see the reflection of that edge, and so when you're driving, the water won't catch on that edge or eventually start going into it. So we got it cut out over here. We're just gonna cut out this bumper real quick. See? Like I said, guys, this is the leftover was about 38 inches or something like that. 38 or 40 something inches left over. So you will have enough to wrap or cover the whole bumper. It's not going to be an issue. All you do is cut about 20 inches less, because from here to over there, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot shorter than the whole arch around it. Let's get this. Actually, let me get this panel covered in a tack reducer, and then we'll get to wrapping it. So we are already here at the home stretch of this car. We just need the front bumper done. Sorry I couldn't get the rest of it, but everything was hectic. I had multiple customers stop by. I had a lot of stuff to do, a lot of weather to deal with as well. It's been raining for maybe 2 or 3 days that I was wrapping this car. I did close the garage and I did keep my mini split as dry, so there won't be any humidity in here. I did leave this Corvette out in the sun for about 2 days now, just in direct sunlight, so I could see if there's any lifting or anything. Surprisingly, nothing lifted at all, and I'm surprised because of all the the mixed weather and stuff like that. I wasn't sure if humidity would have gotten underneath it or anything like that. But as far as everything else, the install went pretty good. Like I told you, all you want to do is use some tack reducer, which is this. You could get it from Vivid's website. And then all you want to do before you start wrapping anything is get a tack cloth, guys. For sure, get a tack cloth. Dust likes to stick to that tack reducer once it dries, so just make sure you wipe everything down before we go at it. And then from there, this bumper is going to be only done in, I believe, 3 pieces. I really don't want to create too much tension in this vinyl because it is pretty thick. It kind of feels like TPU, which is a paint protection film. So if you know the difference, you know how rubbery the difference is. TPU actually tends to pull back, not shrink back. It just, once you pull it, if it doesn't stick, it has that tension in the film. So this stuff feels like that. So it feels like if it doesn't stick right, it will shrink eventually. So yeah, we're just gonna be doing this bumper. This is not the hardest bumper to do. It's pretty easy. The only thing that sucks about this car, like I mentioned a couple times, is that we can't use magnets on any panel of this car. Everything's pretty much fiberglass. So let me get this laid out. Let me put you guys on time lapse, and we'll get to wrapping this front bumper. And here's the end result, guys. Very nice color. It sparkles in the sun, and at night it's just a smidge of maroon, and with that light hitting it, any LED light, any post light, anything that hits it, it's gonna sparkle like really bright. The customer loved it. He loves that everything is one color again. I went over everything. I posted everything just to make sure all the little edges were stuck down and wouldn't peel back eventually. I tried to get all the angles as I could in this video, guys. Sorry I couldn't edit them in a better way, but I'm getting to I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to start editing a little better, but this is the best I could do. And like always, guys, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you want to see next, and see you on the next one.
Sweet.